What's going on? It's Shirkydra Roberts, and y'all know it's Set It Off Sunday, man. Listen, this week we talking about worth and value. A lot of people get those confused. What we understand about worth, that's the opinion of somebody outside looking in at a person or a thing, and they predict the worth of something that they know nothing about. Value is built over time. Value is built over history. Value is based on where someone or something has been, and then somebody says, this is what this is valued at, right? So when you think about your worth, when you think about your value, are you basing it off what other people think, or are you basing it off what you bring? You need to understand that you determine your value. So many people are looking for other people to determine their value. Other people will say, this is what I think you're worth. Then you come into the game and you show them really what your value is, but that comes with you realizing what your value is. What is your value? If you were somebody else looking at you, knowing what you know, what is your value? Where we make a mistake is a lot of us don't know that. We don't know our value. We don't, and that's why we base our value on what other people say we're worth, based on them not knowing us. Value versus worth. Don't worry about worth. Worry about value. That thing is built over time. That thing is built over history. That thing is built over your experiences. When you look at your value is something that's built over everything you've done and been through, you'll look at what you've done and been through differently. Yes, you've been through trauma. Yes, you've been through challenges. Yes, you've been through things, but all those things add to the value that you bring to the world. All those things add to the value that you should realize that you bring to yourself. Stop basing your value off what other people say they think that you're worth, because they don't know you. They don't understand you. They don't see you out the eyes of God. Like they don't know. So when you roll up on something and one person can be like, you know what, this thing is $10, $10. I don't care. However you want to name it, however you want to flip it. And then you allow that thing to sit over time and somebody else will buy that thing for $200,000. I've seen art. I've seen paintings. I've seen antique pieces. Something that my mama would probably buy, and I'll be like, that's old. I wouldn't put it in my house, but it's worth a lot of money because it's built value. So I ask you to ask yourself really is, what is your value? And I want you to really take time to think about what is your value. The only way people are gonna see you for what you're really worth, to see you what you're really valued at, is for you to own that part, for you to own that piece. A lot of us, we have downgraded ourselves. We have devalued ourselves, whether it's with our words, how we speak of ourselves, the people we are connected with, the things we are involved with, what we do, how we act. Like, you devalue yourself. You take your value away doing certain things, saying certain things. Like, we have to watch the words that we speak about ourselves. Like, life and death is in the power of the tongue. That is a thing that is real. So when you really look at, like, what is your value at this current moment, if you can't really spit that out and talk to that, you have to go back to the drawing board and really spend some time with yourself and be like, man, have I really been spending my time believing what everybody else said about me? Have I really been spending my time like just being receptive to what my mama once said or my dad once said or what people at school said about me, because I don't know my own value. I don't know what I bring to the table. I don't know why people would want to love me, why people would want to be around me, why people, for the speakers, like, why should people listen to you? What value do you bring? And that's what leads me, like, a lot of people be like, Key, like, why do you do what you do? Because the value in my story saves lives. It gives people hope. It gives people a reason to keep going. It gives people a reason to push. It gives people like a reason to see the light. It gives people a reason to have faith. That's just a portion of the value. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know the value, which is understanding that you don't know your why, then you're going to take that value and you devalue yourself, and it turns into a worth in a sense. And that's how I look at it. Like, if you tell me, like, what is this worth? I'm asking somebody else for their opinion. Too many times we look for opinions from society. Society tells you what you're worth. Your friends tell you what you're worth. Relationships tell you what you're worth, because you don't understand your value. You don't understand your history. You don't understand your experience. You don't understand your trauma. You don't understand what you've overcome. You don't understand those things and how they have been invested into your value. So I really ask you, and I really challenge you this week, is identify your value. What is your value? What do you bring to life? What do you bring to other people? What do you bring to relationships? Like, what is your value? And if you can't talk to that, you don't know that or don't see that, get to the drawing board and figure it out. Okay, get to the drawing board and figure that out so that you can have that transformation piece and that transformation moment and stop going off what people say that you're worth, because that's an opinion and it's usually not accurate, to be honest. You know, we say it's a blessing for those people who come in our lives and they show us like, you really like I remember telling somebody like, you undersell, like don't undersell yourself. You have so much value, you have so much like equity, like we can use so many words, like you have so much that you don't even see. Like, how do you not see it? Because nobody else ever showed you or nobody else ever told you. And so sometimes it takes somebody else to show you the value that you've missed out on. So I really want you to take from this video and this week as I challenge you, like, what is your value? Bring out your value. This is the time for you to be confident, be cocky, be everything, be arrogant. I don't care. You need to build your value and see yourself for the masterpiece that you really are. If nobody else gonna value you, gotta value. If nobody else gonna believe and have faith in you, you gotta do it. Stop waiting for everybody else to increase your value, and you gotta do it yourself. So this week, I challenge you to do that. Monday through Sunday, every single day, value yourself. Monday through Sunday, find out, figure out what that value is. That's what I challenge you to this week. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, add like to the video before you roll out, and I'll see y'all next week. Set it off Sundays, baby. Out.